So once again, welcome to LatBAN's May investment pitch session. The first startup founder who will be pitching us is Vitaly Petrov's Ladomum startup, which works in a field of real estate, let's say prop tech for the Middle East. Vitaly, the stage is yours. You have at least 5-7 minutes to pitch, and the next part for the Q&A session from the audience. Please go on. You can share your screen.
Sure. Thanks, Kirill, for presenting me. And do you see my screen? Yeah,
we do.
Should be. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah. First, we will talk about the real estate and Dubai market, what we're aiming. First, the Ladomum is your second home for 1/4 of the costs. But before I'm jumping in a particular pitch, I will just want to show you the couple numbers what we got last month. First, the traction. We attracted the first 7 customers, who is committed with 460K to buy real estate. We attracted 12 partners in real estate agents in Dubai, and we have the committed plug and play ventures to invest 100K in Ladomum. Yeah, let's go in details. That we know that second home is almost the dream for everyone. The dream that everyone have, but not everyone can afford. And there's the couple problems why it's so. First, the price. The main reason it's not affordable for the many people. The second problem is that when you're buying your second home abroad, the problem is the management, how to manage this property. And third problem, these homes stays often 80% unoccupied. And here's our solution. Ladomum's offered the modern way how to own the luxury second home for the significantly less cost and remove the typical hassles of the ownership. For example, you can co-own this beautiful house which costs $2 million, but only for the $500,000. We are taking care about the furnishing, management, maintenance, cleaning, and etc. as well after the purchase. How we are working that? First, we are searching for the customers who wants to by themselves, who wants to buy the property abroad. Then through the AI, we're searching for the proper property for them, which will be fits their needs the best. Then we structurize our deals through the LLC. We're making the LLC company to whom belongs this home. But these 4 co-owners owning this particular LLC. That's how it works. Then we are taking care about design makeover. And the 4 happy co-owners can move in. And as well, we are helping the co-owners to sell their shares on the secondary market as well. Our business model that we are earning from the business model is that we are charging the fee from each property sales, which is between the 40 till 80K per one home. Which includes the LLC formation, design makeover, fee for real estate agents, and Ladomum margin, of course. We are target two customers groups. The first is the families who wants to own their vacation home abroad, and we see in particular market Dubai, which we are targeting, they found a big group of the investors who wants to that way invest in real estate, and we are selling this to the investors, and the investors getting from us as the turnkey solution to buy property, to manage property, and we are renting out this property, what's more important as well, and giving this money to the back to investors in a monthly basis. How we are selling? First, we have the Google Ads and Meta. It's a one lead source, but second one, most important for us, we are partnering with the real estate agents, not only in Dubai, but as well in the Germany, UK, Latvia, and as well. And we are offering them 3% commission for each customer referral. That's how we can grow quite fast and sell a lot of properties. This business model is quite profitable, I would say, and even in 1 year we can reach the break even. Our plans is to sell the 10-15 properties this year, and raise the next round, I would say, and then we can grow quite rapidly, and we want to expand them beyond as well, the Dubai. I will tell you later on. The technology that powers the Ladomum, that for the property searching, we're using the couple AI tools. It's not ours, but for the property reconstruction, furnishing, and tendering, we are using the Fixed Tender. I'm the founder of the startup as well, and we have the Ladomum app, where you have the convenient scheduling application when you're booking your home, when you want to stay there. About the market, why Dubai? Because there is the 88,000 of the residential sales per year, and it's growing with the amount of the 20% plus each year. 65 billions is the amount of sales, and what's most important, there is the 70% of these buyers are coming from abroad. It's not the locals. It means that there is the 20% from the Europe, Asia, CIS, US, and that's customers we are targeting with our product. And which is most important, it's growing quite fast, this market. Why it's unique as well? According to UBS, that this bubble index in Dubai is the one of the lowest if we're comparing to LA, Frankfurt, or London. Regarding Airbnb, it's the most profitable city in the world according to the landlords, and the Airbnb up to 12% in the yearly income. And third benefit, I would say, the zero tax. What the investors is getting there, they're not paying any taxes on the rental income, and as well, they're not paying on the capital gain anything. About our future plans, we want to go later on in Spain, France, Turkey, and Italy as well. We have the couple competitors, I would say. This Picasso, they're operating only in US, $1 billion big company. Mine in Europe, Fractal Homes UK, Mexico, but there is no any such kind of company in Dubai right now. I will skip this. The biggest difference between the timeshare and this model, that the particular owners owning this property. In timeshare model, they're not owners of this property, not profiting from the capital gain. And of course, the timeshare is quite difficult to sell later on. About me. I'm the serial founder, the Alchemist alum, have the 16 years experience in real estate development and construction here in Latvia. Built the Marriott, Radisson, Hilton hotels, not only in Latvia, I would say, but France, Germany, Sweden, as well have the experience in the US market. Current team is of the 5 employees, SMM managers, product managers, advertisement designers, lawyers. We have let's say, the all set and we are already can generate the sales. I think in general, that's it. I would be happy to answer your questions regarding tractions or something. Yeah, maybe I can add from my side as well. What's the next challenge for us? Yeah, because we know where to get customers. Yeah, for us is the legal establishment, the company establishment in Dubai. We need to obtain the license, which costs 120K. Yeah, it stops us to convert these potential and future customers, yeah, to paying one.
Thank you, Vitaly. Brilliant pitch. We've got
Thank you.
some questions from the audience. Ladies first, Alina.
Thank you very much, Kirill. I have 4 questions at least. I find your idea very nice because this is a really very good opportunity for families and people who would just like to invest, to have really that second home you are dreaming about, but you don't want to invest millions in that. So this is really great. But what actually client says about the idea? What kind of objections they have about this?
Most of them have the same as you. Most of them likes, absolutely, the idea, and we are happy with that, absolutely. I know hard is selling startups. It's not my first one, but here we see the traction, this idea where the all sides benefiting from this. And we let's say that right now we don't have major concern, of course, the how they will, let's say, split this time between the others.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Then we explaining we have the specifically made calendar, a booking calendar, where you can book your stay in 2 years in advance, and each of the users have such of the calendar. Yeah, and and of course, if you want to spend more time, for example, if for 1 quarter of the cost you have the 4 months to stay there. It means if you want more time, you can buy half of the property. It's okay as well, and you can stay up to 6 months there. That's it. Yeah, of course that we need to always explain and how it's working, because it's a bit different from all the rest. Yeah, but in general, I would say that there's not a lot of objections. Mostly how it's working. Let's say. Yeah.
I believe you have a lot of things to manage in the property: cleaning, designing, and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But here at the beginning, we have the partners who is doing that together with us. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned that there is a 0% income tax in Dubai. Is it just for property? Because income tax in Dubai is 5% at the moment.
No. Income tax for such kind of business and such kind of the entity, what we will establish for you. You will first you can rent it out. We are giving you all the money from this rental, and you're paying 0, and and as well as I mentioned, capital gain as well, 0 later on. Yeah.
May I please find out, where did you work in real estate agencies here in Latvia? It was
No, I was working in the construction companies and development companies. I'm not working in real estate. I'm working in the real estate market, but as the developer and the construction guy.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And the last question I have about the investments you are looking for. You said that 120K is for the license, and what is for the rest?
For the rest, we are looking right now the 400K total round. 100K is the committed from the plug and play ventures. As I mentioned, that we would like to keep, I think, them. Yeah, and depends from offers. And we have the, let's say, the 300 for allocation. We are looking.
Which market you are going to? Dubai is the first.
Right now, first we're focusing on Dubai. When we choose the Dubai, before that I expected I was in Portugal, I was in Spain, but when I went there, I decided we should start there because we can make a lot more traction there at the beginning. Next will be the Spain. because we have already their partners. I've been there, but we started focusing there. We have some partners who is inviting already us as agents in Turkey already, and they want to see and present our model there, of course.
Okay, Vitaly. That's it from my side. I just would like maybe, first of all, to thank you for the very nice speech. And if you need some more contacts in Dubai, who is just has a lot of investors and people,
I will be happy.
Yeah, I will be happy to share them with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uldi, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you, Kirill. Well, I live 100 kilometers from Dubai, so I know the market pretty well. I would personally not touch this idea, so to be very transparent, so that's why I will be very brief, because I don't want to spoil the interest for those ones who have interest. My two primary concerns with Dubai is that the quality of air is about 10 times worse than in Riga. So it's really very, very poor air because of something that cannot be changed, which is sand dust. So Dubai just is in the middle of desert. So the air is objectively very, very bad. So if you go outside of the apartment, it's really bad. Secondly, it is the excessive heat half of the year. So 6 months in the year, you basically have to be ready to live with temperatures of 35 degrees plus with high humidity. So if you like humid, hot air and bad quality of air, Dubai is perfect place for anyone. But on the business, the two things that kind of concern me, it's actually very easy for any private person through the do business and the similar sites to find real estate. You know, there are tens of thousands of listings, so this market is pretty organized. So the question for the need for intermediaries is rather small. But my question to you is, why do you think it costs 120,000 dirhams to dollars? Do you mean dirhams or dollars?
Dollars.
Why do you think it costs $120,000 to establish a company in Dubai? And by the way, one final thing I wanted to mention, that Dubai real estate market is currently at its highest point since 2012, actually even higher than 2012. So the prices have reached historical heights. And UBS may think that it has a very low probability of going down, but this view is not generally shared. So just wanted to make sure that these facts are known to my fellow investors. But again, I don't want to spoil your party. Again, my only question is, why do you think it costs $120,000 to establish a company in Dubai?
No, all this, you are correct. License itself costs about 10,000. They want asking for deposit to open such kind of financial license there. 120,000 on deposit to get the specific license. It's the specific license in the IFC. That's they are required. Yeah, for that kind of the business. That's it. Yeah, it's about the licensing. I can provide a more detailed information. It's not a problem. We are in communications right now. Yeah.
And you are aware of the limitations that the IFC license gives for the operation outside of the IFC territory?
Oh no, it's not about the limitations. It's to allow operates.
But if you have a DIFC registered company, you're only able to operate in DIFC, not in the Dubai mainland. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I have no more questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was your additional question? Sorry, forget about that.
I'm done.
About the license. Okay. No, about the prices, I would like to add. No, it's not yet reached the historical heights. It's still 20% in some regions. I would say in some regions, to be correct, it's still below the historical maximums.
And on these words, I have to interrupt you, unfortunately. We're up with the time. Thank you so much, Vitaly, for your brilliant presentation once again.
Thank you.
And thank you, the angels, for your very, very tough questions. That's what it's all about, and that's what for the reason we're gathering here in such an audience. Vitaly, see you. We have to pass the stage to the second startup founder, Dmitry Samoilovskih, Uniborn company. This company may be very interesting for our audience because this platform is aimed to help small private investors as well as early stage startups to facilitate their fundraising in not only in Baltics or Eastern Europe, but I suppose at least the whole Europe or worldwide. Dmitry, you're welcome.
That's correct. Thank you, Kirill. Hi, everyone. So let me share my screen. You can see the screen, right?
Great. Please go on.
Good. So, hi again, everyone. I'm Dmitry.
Sorry, and now we see your notes, not your pitch deck.
Ah, really? Really? Just give me a second. Let me share, review, share. What do you see now?
Your pitch.
Ah,
But if you slide back, you will slide to your notes. Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so my name is Dmitry. I'm the founder of Uniborn. Since 2005, I've been helping wealthy individuals to manage their portfolios. And during this period of time, I have discovered quite a bunch of frictions that people face when they deal with private markets. So basically, I was one of them, and I know quite a lot of people around me who face the same issues, and actually Uniborn is here to finally fix this. As you may know, the next gen venturers are kind of change makers. So they want to put money where their mouth is. They're highly socialized, and you cannot do this on public markets because when trading on public markets, you just transfer your money to secondary sellers. But this is what you can do on private markets pretty well. And basically, the only thing that holds you back is the lack of tools to make it happen. And yeah, so private markets are quite brutal. And I believe they're not necessarily should be so. In my ideal world, you would rather have access to high-grade deals, not because of some random lucky connections, but just because you have similar kind of vision with the founders and you can help their companies grow. And the same goes to syndication. It should not be something that costs quite a lot of money in fees. And this is something that you should be able to do on the go. And the same pretty much goes to launching your first time fund. I talked to maybe a few dozens of emerging GPs, and all of them spend anywhere from like 12 months to 24 months on dealing with regulators, with lawyers, with banks, institutional LPs, etc., to raise their first fund. And I'm quite sure this is not the way that it's going to be working. And this is why we are here. So we built the social platform for the next gen ventures. Basically, it allows me as a fintech founder to follow other fellow founders who are also in the fintech industry in Europe and maybe even beyond. And by doing this, by following them, I can get access to their deal flow, to the deals that they invest in, and I can join these deals. And also I can create cartels or I can join cartels. Cartels are like investment clubs that anyone can create. And they are public facing, meaning that if I create a cartel, anyone on the platform, any member on the platform can discover it and can request to join. And this is a great way for syndicators, for cartel owners to get actually to grow their co-investors network. And once they're ready to launch their first time fund, they will already have some kind of network of potential LPs that they can easily turn into LPs in their future fund. And yeah, so we begin with the SPV, meaning that the offering, the first offering that we bring to the market is deal by deal syndication, and we do it a bit better than the existing service providers like Odin, like LatBAN. So we can accommodate 6 times more co-investors within one deal. For example, LatBAN limits the co-investors to 25 people. We can get it up to 150. We can do it by 75% lower costs, and can do it with any asset class. And we create a single legal entity for each and every deal, which means quite more security for the co-investors because the assets are segregated. And next, we will offer funds. This is the product that will be the first, actually, the first one on the market, on the European market, that is very similar to the rolling funds concept in the United States. So basically, you will be able to launch a fund with no setup fees, with no minimum target size. It can be even like 500,000 or 1 million euros. And yeah, it will take only a couple of days to set up, not years. We have 2 layers that make it possible. The first one is that we replace humans with code as far as we can. And the second one is that we go for the low cost and digitalized jurisdiction and quite harmonized with the other EU jurisdictions, which is Estonia. There are 3 main reasons why there is no better timing for this kind of product. The first one is it is something that you may feel better than me, that companies are staying private way longer, so you cannot enjoy great returns on the public markets anymore. And the second one is that thematic and purpose investments are becoming really mainstream, and this is something that we see everywhere, even on public markets. And the third one is that European regulators, despite the fact that they want to over-regulate everything that they have, that they can, they do sometimes some really smart moves. For example, recently they proposed changes to the regulations, ELTIF, so-called concept that will bring over the next decade quite a lot of people to the private markets. I mean, retail investors, not just accredited or sophisticated investors. Our go-to-market strategy is providing SPV at about the cost. So how it works is actually we come to syndicate leads and we say like, okay, we can offer the syndication at 3-4 times less costs and with the best user experience possible. And this way, syndicators come to the platform, they invite their co-investors, and they bring their deals as well to the platform. And this is how we acquire customers. We have 2 revenue streams. The first one is access fee, so it's about cross investments. Once any member discovers some deal on the platform, I mean, which is facilitated by the platform, we take some cut as an access fee, as an introduction fee. And the second stream is administration fee for all the funds that we help to launch through the platform. We will take administration fee, which is super competitive and even cheaper than you can find with any service provider out there. We launch private beta next week. So we have a team of 6 full-time employees right now. We are in the process of obtaining 3 licenses with 2 Estonian regulators, but it doesn't affect our the launch of private bet because this is only for the fund product. And we have quite a few prominent investors in our waitlist. Some of them are listed here on the slide. And we have 4 deals currently pre-launch in our pipeline for a total of 3.5 million euros. One of them is actually an SPV for the Baltic Sandbox Ventures fund. This is the core team: myself, serial entrepreneur, angel investor, and investment banker in the past. My CTO, we managed to build a robo-advisor app in the past. We've been working together for a couple of years now, maybe even more. Sebastian, maybe some of you know this guy. He's quite a visible and prominent community builder in the region and across Europe as well. We are currently raising the second part of our angel round. The first one was in August 2022. This one is on pretty much the same terms, half secured now. We have 130K left approximately at this point of time. and the seed round will be opened once we gain some first traction, like 50K per month in revenue. By the way, just a few hours ago, one of our competitors joined Odin platform from the UK. They announced their seed round for 3 million euros that was closed from their exclusively from the investors out of their network. It was like 220 investors, and this is pretty much the same way as we want to. As we plan to hold our seed round, because we are on the intersection of the investments and investors and deals, so we're gonna secure our round on the platform as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is the QR code to join our waitlist and maybe to reserve some allocation in the current round as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dmitry. It was really awesome. We've got the first question from the audience. Ansys, here you go.
Our question about licensing. How far are you in licensing process? Are you going to get licensed or being registered as a
Yeah, I got the question. So we are getting registered with the FSA, meaning that we are the small fund managers, small investment fund manager. This means that we should be under the threshold of €500 million.
Mm-hmm. And 95% registered. What does it mean? That means that you are still negotiating something with. What are these 5%?
It means that we are in the process for more than 12 months now. Actually, 13 months now, since March 2022. It means that we have had some iterations, 6 or 7 iterations so far with the FSA, basically, because the FIU is pretty fine. It is quite swift, but when it comes to FSA and everybody who has had some experience with the FSA, it is something that takes quite a lot of time. But this is kind of a advantage for us, because anyone who would like to go through the same way would have to wait pretty much the same amount of time.
So you are registered in Estonia, and you are going to be registered in UK.
No plans for the UK now. So
only Estonia.
Only Estonia for now. Yeah, we can offer funds in the Netherlands and in Luxembourg as well.
Yes, but then if this is only Estonia, why it takes so long? You just said that Estonia is a very progressive country.
It is digitalized. That's what I said. It's a low cost. That's absolutely true. Yeah, but when it comes to dealing with regulators, pretty much everywhere in Europe, it is a hustle, and it takes time. It takes quite a lot of time. Some jurisdictions are much faster than Estonia, to be honest.
Okay, and so this first seed money is spent just by building these 95% of licensing process. Just I'm wondering, what is the secret sauce of your firm? What is the secret? Because it's easily replaceable, in fact.
My view is that anything can be quite easily replaceable, at least at the point of time when we are here. So yeah, I mean, our secret sauce is that we combine two things: the social part, which is a kind of a social network which does not exist at all in Europe. I mean, we have some existing providers of SPVs, of funds, which is LatBAN, Odin, Bunch, Leva from Switzerland, etc. So there are up to 10 of them. But what we do is we double down on the social features. We help to bring these bridges. And this is something that is not so super easily replaceable at all, at least.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much for your answer, Dmitry. We have at least 2 minutes more. So if the audience have more questions, please go on. If not, I want to ask you about very brief answer about your go-to-market strategy. As far as I understand, your milestones for the second part of Angel Round doesn't include anything that relates to GTM.
Our main goal now is to secure as many connections, as many relationships with syndicators, with existing syndicators on the market as possible. We are doing quite well on this side. So we have 45 applications from GPs, from syndicate leads from all across Europe. And that's pretty much what we wanted to have by this point of time. So over the next 3-4 months, our main KPI is to get to the revenue of 50K per month. That's the main revenue. That's the main KPI for us.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Our time is up. Thank you once again for this brilliant presentation. And I have to remind everyone that all the details of pitching startups are available in our Ladomum account. And I will also be able to share the brief of our today's call and distribute to all LatBAN members, even for those who didn't manage to attend this pitch session. Dmitry, thank you so much. See you.
Yep.
Bye. I want to invite to this stage our next visitor and guest, Toms from Solfeggio company. Some of us already know this company very well, and that's time to hear the pitch from Tom about their fundraising, their traction, and obviously their product. Tom, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, everyone is perfect. Everything is perfect.
Cool, nice. Hi everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Tom, CEO and co-founder of Solfeggio. And Solfeggio is a company that inspires truly millions to learn music. And I will tell you more about it, how we do that. But before I jump into product, I'll tell you that music is actually very, very important. It's important that people practice music, and it improves grades by 20%, it improves cognitive skills, well-being, it reduces aggression by 30%. I think it's important that more people do it. And there's a problem though. Did it go black? Did it go black?
Yes, it goes black.
Okay. Weird. Anyways, the problem is that music is where sports was in 60s, mostly done by professionals and privileged. Only 10% actually practice music, and it's similar to when in 60s you were running on the street. If you were doing casual running, you were kind of like a weirdo. But currently, when we look at, and nowadays it's normal that people run, do casual gym and things like that. So this was achieved actually by Nike, a company that started this just do it movement and said, like, pick up a sneakers and do it. And this is something that is yet to come to music, and that's something we're doing. We can say our mission is to become Nike of music, inspire people to do music as a casual thing. Why it's not happening? Problem lies in schools. So like sports, people love music, listen to music in Spotify. It's amazing. Parents want their kids to learn music, but then the drop happens in school. and the reason is that only 20% of students like their music lessons. They think it's bad. Music is difficult, and it's not the fault of teachers. It's a difficult subject to teach. You need to work with a lot of instruments, theory and stuff like that. So it might seem difficult, and teachers are really struggling with that. But the result in any case is that only 10% start practicing music. So that's what we're fixing. So the way we fix that is that we have a platform for students to get inspired. So what we do is simplify music teaching by using technology for teachers, make their life super, super easy, and put on all of the content based on popular songs in this technology that just gets the students hooked and wanting to learn more of that. So this truly works in schools. We are already quite established in schools. I will tell you in the traction section. But the most important thing is that we're also linking this to use at home. So we have a mobile app for learning ukulele, guitar, and piano at home. So in short, you get inspired in school, and then you continue practicing music with our mobile app also at home. Already now, this is irreplaceable for teachers. We're the only platform with popular songs for schools. We have a unique methodology that simplifies music so much that it can actually become mainstream. We can use the sneakers analogy. It really makes everyone able to learn music. And then we have a lot of super important features that makes this truly unique, like AI filling in the knowledge gaps and easy localization in terms of content. We're also the only platform that has mobile apps in schools, but it's mostly for consumer side, if you remember the last slide. So it's also a big market, 8.7 billion euros. We're growing this market. We're expanding the pie because of us. More people start practicing music. So actually market also grows. And so far we have reached 23,000 schools organically, no marketing whatsoever. 23,000 music teachers have signed up to our platform. 52% of the United States, that's where we have the most traction. And then we have like 250 new teachers signing up every month. It's a big problem for them. So we're truly needed solution for them. That's why this is happening organically. And then we convert 3.7% of the schools. NPS is amazing. No complaints whatsoever in the product. School side is pre-established. But then on a self metrics, that's where we're trying to get to the next level. And we already have 55 student signups invited by teachers, a free distribution channel. Then we have, for the mobile app, 18K downloads and cost per install for ads. This is also, we have tried non-organic means, paid ads, also super solid. Games are paying 30 euros per install. And the app conversion is 3.6, which is more than the average, but still ways to improve that. Average is 2% in mobile apps, by the way. Yeah, so solid metrics there. And of course, community of users, teachers promoting us, giving word of mouth. We're truly saving music programs in the world. And I think another important aspect is that competition really don't see this happening. They don't see that this is, they haven't explored this opportunity to link from schools to home. We're the only platform that is doing this link from school to consumer side. School products are outdated flash animations, and consumer products are basically games but they do nothing in schools and pay lots for advertising. This is the team. Skilled experts, developers from Prezi, sound engineers, solid team. I can answer more questions. We have raised more than 1 million so far. And from established investors, and we're now working on our next round, which is going to be 1.5 million euros. There's opportunity for you to join with a 20% discount and 4 million euro valuation cap. This is how already 100K are invested in the company, so people already joined this with this opportunity. And yeah, like this is going to convert with the round of 1.5 million euros. So that's, in short, that's what I wanted to tell you. I'm happy to answer all the questions. These are my contacts.
Thank you so much, Tom. This presentation was really brilliant, and I also have plenty of interesting questions. First of all, could you please get back to your slide with attraction?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, while preparing to this speech session, I walked through the presentation of yours and understand that these numbers do not have anything related to money. It's just numbers. Could you please let us know a bit about your money metrics?
Yeah, I knew this question will happen. Of course. Yeah, so we're doing 11K per month, mostly on school side, and that's the short answer. The bit more complex answer is that there's a seasonality in education business. So most of the sales happen in August, September, October. So those are the 3 months where you get like 7x time more, 5 times more sales than on average. That's something to take into account.
Okay, thank you. Let's explain a bit more about your unit economy. What's your acquisition cost for teachers, for students?
Sure.
How does it relate to lifetime value? And actually, what's your lifetime value for your customer? And what are the challenges for you to improve this, let's say, ratio LTV to CAC?
Yeah, okay. So lifetime value for a school customer is 700 euro-ish. I would say that would be the range. I would have to go back to you with the exact number, but in range from 700 to 800 euros. And then lifetime value for a self-learning app user is 70 euros. Doing this by heart, but could be 66, 68-ish currently. Acquisition cost for school is 0. All of the schools that we onboard are without marketing expense whatsoever. Acquisition cost for self-learning is 0 if that's invited by teacher, which you see these 55 student signups, and then 30% of this 18K is done by ads, 30% up approximately, and that's cost 3.5 euro per install. That's the acquisition cost on that side. I think that covered the question, right? Maybe you have
at least, yes, at least
Yeah?
a part of it. But the main interesting point from our side is, do you see any room for improvement of this ratio, first of all? And in terms you are raising, it's very interesting. What are the, let's say, spend of money, not in terms of spend cost on sharing cost on development and marketing. The main question is how with this part of this round you're going to improve exactly your numbers which related to money.
Yeah, okay. So on the school side, improvements are already in progress. So actually we're now starting to build a sales team as such. This has so far everything that we have sold is organic. Zero, all automated, everything is organic. So we're now starting to talk with districts in US as well, make bulk purchases, things like that. We now have the capacity to do that. On the self-learning side, the place where we can improve, there are 2 places. Churn, which is currently 16%, and 9% is our target. So this is what we can achieve. We're getting churn down 1% every month. It's going to go to 9%. The other side is price, and we can increase prices on the self-learning side as well. So that's on that side. On the round spend, where we're gonna use our round money, the larger round money. So overall, one thing we're working on is launching musical instrument distribution. So this is revenue-wise already 3 times more, 4 times more on revenue. But again, you buy an instrument, you sell it. It's kind of reselling, right? But there's margin, and there's opportunity to unlock more students able to learn with our app, because they can all immediately buy a ukulele from us and just start learning even if they don't have an instrument. So that will unlock more students actually converting for the mobile app. And then there's localization and of course, more investment in marketing on the consumer side. That's ads we can do, and more influencer marketing, things like that we haven't yet touched. But on the school side, there's a lot of conferences happening, a lot of things that our competitors are investing a lot of money in. We're not there yet, but we will explore, because we have to cover the whole USA, not just like currently 10K schools in US. There's way more to grow and just capture the US market.
Okay, got it. So the final question from my side. You are raising about 1.5 million at a 4 million valuation cap, which
No.
means that your cap table will lose, let's say, more than 25% of equity on the moment of conversion. Isn't it too much for this current stage? What do you
So
think?
we're raising 1.5 million euro with 9 million euro valuation target.
Sorry,
And
but the slide tells
this
4
is
million
your
valuation cap.
opportunity. Yeah, this is for you guys.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, on the so we're gonna close 30% of the round, approximately the same way we did with the last round as well. So we closed approximately 30% with convertible notes, which are first discounted. So that's 20% discount from 9 million valuation that we're aiming for. And second, it's also capped to 4 million in general with this current moment. And we're actually kind of increasing the valuation cap. The closer we go to round, the higher the valuation cap becomes. And then it's when we raise approximately 30%, then it's just the large VC round we're preparing on parallel. And that's capped on, that's going to be, well, that's a negotiation. Let's be real, right? But I already told you that what is the goal.
Okay, great. Sounds very reasonable. Thank you so much for this presentation, and I hope you will definitely find some next investors from the audience. Unfortunately, we have no time for more with the Solfeggio project. Once again, thank you, Tom. See you. Our next startup founder, Ivan from Tiden, what's the name of your startup? So please tell us, the stage is yours from now on.
Hey everyone. Name is Tiden. Let me share my screen. Do you see anything? Hopefully.
Not yet.
Okay, Zoom is saying that it's screen sharing. Hold on. Anything just yet?
It works. Please go on.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Ivan Sukhinin, and please let me introduce you to the Tiden project. So Tiden is a regulatory orchestration platform that will cover risk and compliance needs of financial institutions around the world. So there's always a challenge for me to explain what this is about because it should be easy to understand about a 5-year-old. So at a very high level, every fintech business is a risk balance, working a thin line between risk and revenue. It has always been true, and it got even more true with the recent banking fintech failures, meaning there is even more regulatory scrutiny right now. The issue is that the RegTech industry is not that well developed, and it's really in its infancy, and there are not that many tools which are covering the ultimate needs of the industry. So this is a perfect moment in time where solutions like ours can be stepping in. So our mission is basically to bring order to the daily chaos of risk and compliance teams. And I'm speaking of this as I've been working as a CEO in a fintech for more than 2 years, knowing these problems, experiencing these problems directly. So what's the vision of what we're trying to build? We're trying to build a regulatory orchestration platform, basically a powerful KYC and AML process and operations tool, allowing companies to define processes of whatever complexity that is required. This platform will be coming with an embedded risk and compliance marketplace, integrating all major players on the market. And in the end, with all of this on board, we'll be able to serve off-the-shelf KYC and ML processes. Basically, instead of implementing everything on their own, using their own knowledge, new clients would be able to come to us and get the off-the-shelf processes for individual, for business onboarding, same for ODD, same for trigger-based reviews and everything. In the end, staying compliant and not allowing fraudsters and money launderers and terrorists into the system. That's the vision. So our value proposition is a balance between 3 sides. First side is effective compliance, being compliant, but still allowing enough revenue generating clients to come through. Second, we will be enabling speed improvements across the board. We'll be saving on actual execution of any given review with the help of AI. Also, we'll be helping with integration speeds because we'll be taking the majority of integrations on our side. And also, we'll be optimizing the cost of being compliant, meaning, again, saving on integrations, saving on workforce, and saving on actual costs of using vendors. All of this will be back to be serving both early stage startups and also experienced seasoned players such as BAS, industry, or at some point potentially even the incumbent banks. So the market, as I've read multiple times and have been told multiple times, this is a random shot in terms of what you show on this slide. But overall, if you estimate that there are 35 million business entities and 20,000 financial institutions in Europe and USA, they are interacting with each other all the time. It's initial onboarding, it's later ongoing due diligence, some risk-based, trigger-based due diligence, and they are interacting with each other completely. So if you take something which I'm taking from my own company, where I'm working for something around 700 or 800 across 8 years, and you then multiply all the numbers, you get to the 50 billion number. And here I'm not talking about the entire world and focusing on the Europe and USA because there are some numbers available, but in the end, the solution can be applicable to both Asia and Africa. And this is one of the pivot points for us looking into other countries' geography. So in terms of serviceable available market, the reality is that many companies are still staying with their banks and fintechs for years. So we will not be able to go to the total available market, and I'm roughly estimating half of it as being serviceable. From what remains, I think getting at least a 20% share seems completely reasonable, given the lack of property on the market right now and given the experience of the team and the essence of our solution. So what is the strategy? So the strategy is that right now we are already developing with totally 3.5 developers working on the project, and we're working on an MVP. If everything goes well, we are getting our MVP live by the end of June, also with a working company. This MVP will be able to serve early stage fintechs, and this is our initial release plan. By the end of the year, we want to expand our offering enough to be able to serve another customer segment, which is BAS. BAS is essentially integration nodes in the fintech industry, connecting multiple clients with multiple banks and vendors. So if we will be able to serve this BAS customer segment, we'll be reaching out to hundreds of clients at the time and not like going through them one by one. And the next year, the marketplace that I mentioned, we are planning to launch the marketplace, basically integrating all major players and allowing our clients to build up their processes like Lego blocks with no integrations on their side, the side of integrating with us. All the other complexity will be our heavy lifting. On the customer acquisition, the early talks we're having, they show that lots of investors and connections they have in their friendly fintechs, and we're having already several talks with actual fintechs who could be using the system. So our initial customer acquisition will be done through word of mouth and personal connections. That said, it's real to have at least 10 early stage fintechs using our orchestration platform by end of the year. And after, like in 2024, with the release of Tiden 1.0, which focuses on BAS, we'll be able to reach out to a few sweet connections we're having with BAS providers and get there. Business model, originally in 2023, it will be SAS. We'll be able to charge customers for these number of specialists using the system. That's not one angle. And another angle will be number of services available to each client in the process, in every different tier. In 2024, that's an interesting one. We'll be adding marketplace to our SAS offering, meaning it will be SaaS/marketplace. And it will be really interesting. This is what excites many of the industry experts I'm talking to, because here, if you provide your own integration to all of the vendors from the market, you can get some really nice volume discounts while still selling these services to your clients with noticeable markup. So this will be our second revenue generation flow. In the end, just looking how it all works, we're looking at 35 million entities on one side and 20,000 financial institutions on the other side. They have lots of interactions and they have lots of events we can be billing them for. And the ultimate goal is to have our own billing on all of these lifecycle events. There are some solutions on the market. Very few are actually young. Many of them, like for example, Fourth Line, they're coming as established players in the market, but coming from another angle, such as identity providers, and they just got 15 million and they're pivoting to this market, but their burn rate is around 17 billion. They're not that nimble as we can be. Sequoia and Stripe, they are also pretty young markets, young players. They come with something similar to what we are offering, but again, all the contexts are different, and we will be attacking this angle from multiple areas. Good thing, we're reaching out to our partners who have knowledge of these systems and can share some product knowledge with us. The risks, the market is relatively early, and the main risks we could be talking about are fundamental risks to the process itself, such as KYC and AML, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. What could be changing our strategy is if the regulatory environment will be getting simpler, if eventually the regulations will be easier. It's not like it's happening anytime soon, but if it happens, we'll be able to focus on our offerings and basically skip long talking. We will be able to focus on the bundled offering we are given and skipping the parts which just got simpler. Another risk which popped up just recently, those are fluent stable coins. Essentially, this popped up on the recent blockchain conference, and the talks are to have all the KYC ML information for all the companies being in the chain, meaning the onboarding will be within seconds. So there will be no document or paperwork related to this. It will be an interesting trend. We will be keeping an eye on it, and at one point, if it happens, we'll be able to win from it by utilizing it in the first place. The structure of MVP.
Ivan, may I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
If we're going to save some room for questions, I think that you must maybe pack the next slides to be shorter, briefer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. I'm finishing up. So the MVP. Just a few words. We will be providing a very simple SAS offering, still helpful for the early stage fintechs, allowing them to have some processes from day one. So we are aiming to have it delivered by end of June. The team, very briefly, this is a team of pretty established professionals, essentially combining me being an engineer and having one successful exit so far. Our chief product officer, guy working in enterprise design systems for quite a while, also participating in multiple startups. And another person who is our CTO with lots of experience, both at execution and planning levels. In the end, just to wrap this all up, right now we are trying to understand what we are capable of. So we are looking for advice. Second, we're looking for connections to be able to have our clients as early as possible. And then we're looking for some investments to speed up the development. That's basically it. Thank you.
Great presentation. Could we please go back to the roadmap, which starts from the June MVP?
Yep, sure.
Can you please be a bit more specific about what is actually done for now, because it's the middle of May, and what should be completed by June to achieve this MVP stage?
Great question, thank you. So for the MVP, what we have right now, we have built the first version of our engine, which will be allowed to encode any onboarding or ODD process required by fintechs and have it executable. So basically, an applicant will be signing into our system, reviewing all the docs, seeing all the recommendations from AI, seeing all the documents helped by AI, and then being able to say whether this review is successful or not. And then this information will be fed back. On this scope, we are halfway through the visualization side of things. We are working on user management system and access control, and the engine is like halfway done.
Okay, makes sense. Next question from Svetlana, Crowded Hero. Svetlana, please.
Thank you for presentation. Could you please, I didn't exactly understood the uniqueness of the product and what actually differentiate this product, your product, from the competitors, from other compliance solution providers? So, for example, we are like a early stage startup. So, your target customer, what would you be able to offer to us?
If you are early stage fintech, most likely you're not that much thinking about SAP tooling to be used from day one, and you'll be focusing on your customers and not your internal teams. And this industry is relatively new, so it's not a default thought that all the early fintechs are having. So basically, we'll be reaching out to previously uncovered market, and we'll be helping you to establish the processes and customer management from day one, something that's typically done on maybe a year or two of fintech's existence. So right now, at this point, this is more of a blue ocean rather than red ocean.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question, Svetlana. Uldi, you are the next who raised your hand.
Okay, thank you, Kirill, and thank you, Ivan, for your presentation. I have a keen interest in your subject because I have been a regulator for 23 years, and I'm a licensed compliance professional. So I have two questions to you. First is what is your definition of compliance? Because what I see from your product description, you're mainly focusing on AML and KYC. But compliance is a broader issue. It is a compliance with, the whole operational risk framework, identifying risks in your businesses, having appropriate mitigation plans. Compliance is about your applicable capital requirements, in this case, PSD, if you are targeting small, fintechs, or it may be even CRD in case you're targeting startups that do lending and so on. So compliance is about fitness and properness. Compliance is about governance. So I don't see anything of that in your product currently. So where do you plan to have it as a scope, or are you offering a very kind of niched product that deals with, let's say, 20% of what compliance should do in a financial institution? And my second question that relates somehow to my first question is do you have any persons who understand what financial institutions need to do? Because I see a lot of people with backgrounds in computer engineering and programming. Do you have people who understand financial regulation in your team currently? Thank you.
Yeah, great. The first one is an amazing question. The second one is the easy one. I'll start with the easy one. So first of all, I'm coming from the industry myself. I've been seeing all of this, observing all of this. I'm still working in fintech. We are a DS provider, and right now we're dealing with compliance in banking side of things, like issuing accounts, working Bank of Lithuania, also issuing cards, and also the very way deeper, like a swamp field of acquiring. So like we're looking at all of this. And let's say at this point, I have my own experience from operational side of things, but also I have my advisors who are right now working as MLRO in one crypto startup in UK. Another one is a head of risk and compliance in one European-based BAS. So they're not full-time on the team, yes, but they are working as advisors. We will be looking at what is exactly needed by our clients and seeing if, not if, when we will need to have a compliance specialist on board full-time. So that's to the second question. The first question, compliance is defined differently based on the geography and the actual sphere you're working on. If you're working on in banking, that's just one scope. If you're getting to acquire, it's way wider. So right now, what we're building, we are focusing on building a flexible engine that will eventually be able to be used in any side of regulatory compliance. I don't think that there are that many companies, even large one on the market, which can attack the entirety of compliance at once. So we cannot be expected from small startups who we are at the moment. So our initial focus is actually on onboarding and ODD processes and making sure we are helping with KYC and AML, as you have noted. Later on, as we expand, as we understand the needs of our clients and what are their next immediate needs, we'll be thinking how to expand. But the ultimate goal is to become a platform which ultimately serves all the needs. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for this presentation, Ivan. Unfortunately, we have no more time for questions. We have to switch to our next and last for today's startup, Aya Pope and TerraWaste. Aya, glad to see you, but I don't see you for now.
I'm here. Hi,
Kirill. Great. Hi. So the stage is yours, and we're ready to hear the good news.
Brilliant. Right. You see the screen okay?
Sure, please go on.
Brilliant. So hello, fellow angels. My name is Aija Pope, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of TerraWaste. 8 years until irreversible climate disaster will occur for you, for me, for everybody around, and all over the world. The problem is that petrochemical and plastics companies can't provide markets with sustainable or recycled materials at needed levels with existing technologies. And only 25% of the recycling demand can be fulfilled by 2030. So, of course, there are other companies and technologies that are contributing to this problem, but they are still polluting the environment. They use enormous amounts of energy and they can deal with limited feedstocks. That's why TerraWaste has created a solution, HTL loop, which is advanced thermochemical conversion technology that converts and upcycles plastics into new circular materials. So basically, inspired by the biomimicry of Mother Earth, we can reduce the process from 10 million years to 45 minutes alone. So how does it work? We are using mixed plastic waste. We shred it, then add water and catalysts. We mix everything together and then transfer it to the reactor where we apply heat and pressure. And then the reaction happens where we boil the mass for approximately 30 to 45 minutes. And after we separate the output products, we generate crude oil, small amount of biochar, and high-value chemicals. The things that we are most proud of about our technology is that we have developed an engineering solution which allows us to reuse heat and water in a loop, that way dramatically decreasing the energy and material consumption for second, third, or infinite cycle of the process. So yeah, our product is 100% stable, it's sustainable. The technology produces 85% of yield, which is input-output ratio, and we use 50% less energy than any competing technology. We call our product Eternal Oil, as it can be reused almost infinite amount of times. And it's high enough quality to be used for producing food-grade plastics, packaging, automotive plastics, and many, many other products. And of course, we are making sure that our business model and technology is in line with UN SDGs as well. So the team behind TerraWaste is a team of 4, with myself in the front line and 3 other wonderful colleagues. With more than 20 years of experience in oil and gas system engineering and large-scale plant procurement, more than 40 years of business development and deep tech startup development, and more than 15 years in marketing, research, and market analysis and circular economy. Our advisory board is very well connected globally, and we are adding 2 more to our advisory board in the next month. So we are going to have a team of 7 people, and yeah, so they are helping us to reach our goals and are actively participating in our success. Over the past 12 months, we have secured 6 letters of intent, signed a pilot commitment in Austria, went through Techstars acceleration program, produced our oil in our test facilities in India, and formed new partnerships with Ernst & Young, Amazon, and Green Tech Campus in Austria, and there are a few more coming in the pipeline. So by 2025, we are planning to have our first semi-industrial pilot plant up and running in Austria, and break even by 2027 and reach commercial scale by 2028, where we will operate industrial scale plants, possibly in the Netherlands. TerraWaste is a technology as a service type of a company, and our main income streams are from lab tests, EPC contracts, licensing deals, and oil sales. The total addressable market is enormous, but we are focusing with a minimum of $77 billion US, which is recycled plastics only. And our main focus is on CPG, automotive, aerospace, and marine industries, which are the industries that we have our first customers coming from. Our vision is to enable the world's transition to sustainable materials and recycle waste at the gigaton scale. So we are raising 500,000 euros for a bridge round. We have already commitments from Techstars and commercialization reactors. So basically, we're looking for 130,000 to close the round. And also, we're looking for industrial partners for collaboration within pilot plant project development. The KPIs from this round is developing basic engineering design for our first plant, acquiring first chemical formulas on all types of plastics. That's in collaboration with our research institute in India. Application for our first patent, which we plan to do this summer. Onboarding the whole team full-time, which includes salaries and preparation for the next investment round, and acquiring 2 to 3 more proto customers on board, and we have one already that has signed with us. And that's in short it from myself. Thank you very much. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you so much for so interesting presentation. Can you please go back to the slide with the investment offer, please?
Yes.
This one, yeah. That's not so easy for me to ask this question, but I have to do that.
Okay.
You say in exclusive opportunity to join. What's the exclusivity in this case? Can you please describe it?
Yes. So basically, Latvian business angels are the only ones who knows about this round. So we are not advertising it outside anywhere else. So that's why it's exclusive. This is an offer just for you. And yeah, if we don't finalize the round, we are just going to close it and then focus our attention to the next seed round, which we are opening up later this summer.
May I please ask about the reason on this decision? Why don't you go to share the same opportunity, let's say, with Lithuanian fellows or LatBAN?
We approached LatBAN in September, and we didn't really get any leads, and Lithuanians haven't been active as well. So since the conversation in previous LatBAN presentation went really well, I came back to you with a proposal to actually finalize this deal.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Hope that it is well deserved. How are you going to structure the current round? Is it a convertible instrument or equity?
It really depends on you. With Techstars and commercialization reactor, we have a convertible note, loan note. So I can offer the same thing for you. If we want to discuss equity, then we will have to have another conversation.
Great. Could you please unveil the details of this convertible loan? What may be the valuation cap? What are the other significant details?
So we are raising this round in valuation of $3 million euros. Sorry. So yeah, mixing up with Techstars a little bit. So yeah, 3 million euros. With the percentage of convertible.
Sorry, you mean valuation cap, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, what about the discount rate? Is it included also?
Yeah, we have a discount rate of 10 to 20%, depending on the deal. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. I want to ask for the questions from the audience. Dear fellows, do you have questions to startup founder, please? Unfortunately, I don't see. Okay, Waldemars, you raise your hand. Please go on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I wanted to ask, could you please explain us more about what is the partnership you mentioned early before in the early slides that are coming up with ENY and Amazon?
Yeah, so we have signed a partnership with Ernst & Young in preparation for our seed round. So they're going to make us ready for the big investment round and help us with industrial contacts. all over the globe. And regarding Amazon, we have been accepted into their sustainability acceleration program. So this is ongoing currently. And we are going to propose them a partnership in customer type of way, partnership at the end of the program, which is mid-July this year. So yeah, and we have a letter of intent coming from them in the next few weeks as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. I think we're just on time. Thank you, Aya, for this brilliant opportunity, and I hope that you definitely will some interest from LatBAN members. Friends,
thank you so very much. Yeah, have a nice evening, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. See you. So, if no more questions and no more ideas from the audience, I have to thank you all for visiting us, for joining us today, and the May LatBAN pitch session is over for now.